How Peter forcefully collected Osinachi'S YouTube logins, twin sister speaks. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. The controversial death of a late popular singer Osinachi'S has been in the news since last week Friday. A lot of sympathizers and well-wishers have expressed shock over the death of the sensational singer, with many pointing out accusing fingers at her husband, Pastor Peter Nwachukwu. He has been accused of assault, battery, and domestic violence, which possibly led to his wife's death. Still on the allegation of domestic violence levied against the late singer's husband, Mr. Nwachukwu, the twin sister of the deceased has debunked the statement made by Mr. Nwachukwu that he did not have a hand in his wife's death. She further revealed that her last sister died of maltreatment and domestic violence, adding that Mr. Nwachukwu lied about his sister dying of cancer or any sickness at all. The woman, who has been in tears ever since his twin sister died, disclosed that Pastor Nwachukwu forcefully collected her late sister YouTube logins from her on her dying bed and spat on her. How do you find out the whole truth about this whole saga? Share your thoughts in the comment section. This is very painful. This is very painful. Like, the more I read this, the more angry I become. The more I see that this man is a manipulative person. Look, those who are saying she committed suicide, you have not been with an abuser. That is why I'm saying, look, the longer you stay, the difficult for you to leave. They make you think that your life is wrapped around, or their hand is wrapped around your life. Their life is wrapped around your finger. You can do to it whatever you will. I mean, you can do to them whatever you will. They cut you off from your family members, just like we heard that, even Mama we get picking could not come and visit her child in her home. It was almost cutting her up from her family. We keep hearing news, and I'm saying all these things. Go necessary more. Person don't buy. The person is gone. This woman is gone. Unfortunately, how I wish all those stories have been said before, and just maybe we, the Nigerian people, will not have, because waiting people go talk, don't kill people for this life. What will people say? People will say I sing this melodiously, I preach the gospel, and I'm not able to be that virtuous woman. That is what, and this is one of the things that this man would have been saying. Nobody will believe you. Even if you go out there, nobody will believe you. This will be one of the things. There is every tendency that this woman has been manipulated. In fact, the more I listen to her story, the more it becomes clear. Osinachi'S twin sister, your family failed at knowing all this. All of you kept quiet. Can Peter stand all of you, your relatives, if you go and mass pull up your sister out? I beg you, weak family, all of you are weak. You don't understand. People don't understand. It is not just her coming out. It is she not going back to the house. That is it. She has been manipulated to the point where we say this man has told her that I am your everything. Nobody is going to love you. Nobody is going to do this for you. It is either me or no one. You have not been with a manipulator before. God will not allow any of our children to go through this. God will not allow us to go through it. Yes, if you have been with a manipulator before, you will be so conned. You will think it's the person went diabolical with you, but no, it is manipulation. Too much of everything is not good. It's like that woman was too righteous and too humble. That was why the husband was able to have his ways through with her. Apart from that, like I said, yes, maybe her husband used her very innocent self against her. May God not give us personal. Now, all these things, they make people know they go tell you and their voice see finish for their house. Yes. This is what is keeping a lot of couples from becoming vulnerable to each other. The feel vulnerability is showing weakness. Meanwhile, the same vulnerability you will be for someone, for a good man who knows the value of a good woman being vulnerable, the same person will cherish that vulnerability and in fact will build strength out of that vulnerability for the wife. But unfortunately, this man is not that kind of man. This is not a husband material. You are meant to love your wife. Men, husbands are meant to love their wives. Not you. A woman is meant to respect you as a man. And the respect will only come when you show. If you have been beating your child, let's say your child now, you're beating down your child will not love you. Your child will be scared of you. If you think your child loves you, bring a child that has been beaten, has been battered. Any little thing you beat that child. If that child leaves your house and that child becomes bold enough, you are going to be disturbed with what that child will say about you. That is just it. That is it. And the husband himself might also have been a victim of being a child in a domestic marriage. And he is almost passing down those doctrines to his children, handing the generational curse from one place to the other, from one family to the other. There is nothing like too much righteousness. Osinachi demonstrated her faith in Jesus Christ by enduring pain and suffering because she knew who Christ is. Christ endured pain and suffering because he knew what his Father wanted from him. All who know Christ must stand for him, even in their most firm circumstances. Osinachi died a hero she is. And God, she finished her race and she wearing a crown. Sincerely. I hail her even in death. That kind of righteousness, I don't think is healthy. You're not even being fair to your children. You're not being fair to your children. You are righteous, but you are also passing down a generation of damaged men everywhere. Now, the woman even has 3 boys and a daughter. The daughter will think, oh, if my husband does not beat me, he does not love me. We have people like that in the society, and you think these people are mentally deranged. It is what they have actually seen. They have seen it already. It is what they have seen from damaged homes. People will be like, oh, people from broken homes are the ones that are broken. No. If you don't allow your husband to treat you like this, I tell you, your children are going to be healthy. They grow up knowing that once your husband is being hostile to you, and you just notice and you separate, yes, your children might not even understand what is going on, but with time, they will appreciate it. Osinachi's own is painful because this woman had the capacity to run. She had the capacity to run. She had the capacity to pack out of the house and tell the husband, I'm not interested, rent her own flat, do everything she wants. She has the capacity. She's not a hungry woman. She's not. She's just a woman that is being battered. The more I hear this story, the more my heart bleeds. I will continue to send our condolences to the family. This is now serving. Are you noticing what is going on? People who have been in abusive marriages are coming out to speak up. I'm thinking her death. I'm so sorry, but I have to say her death is like a key unlocking all those that have been in abusive relationship, men and women alike. On this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.